What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to have a story time. I'm going to share my experience that I had with overhearing a conversation in a group that I'm a part of and just listening to what took place. And I wanted to get you guys' feedback of what do you think about this situation. So hearing these guys speak, and they're kind of going back and forth, and they talk, and I hear these two guys start arguing. The one guy is the owner of the group, and he has his group. He's pretty popular. He's out there like that. He's pretty popular. People know who he is. He's known on social media, and he's arguing with this other guy. So you have the owner of the group, his name is Sean, and then you have the other guy, the suspicious guy. I call him the suspicious guy. His name's Khalil. And then you have Sean's friend, who is Raheem. So Sean and Khalil, they're actually going at it, and Sean is like saying, "Bro, I cut you off. I don't want to deal with you no more. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't mess with you like that. I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to have anything to do with you. When I cut people off, I cut them off. I don't care who they are in my life. I don't care if they're children, if they're my mother or father. I cut them off. When there's a reason for me to cut them off, I get rid of them." And he's like, "I don't want to talk to you no more. I don't want to deal with you no more. Don't talk to me." So they going back and forth. So what he did was he threw him down off of the stage where like you'd be able to talk. He muted him. So the guy is like, so he threw him down in the stage, and he was unable to talk. So this guy was like, Khalil was upset because Sean didn't want to speak to him. He didn't want to have nothing to do with him. So as we listening into this conversation, now Sean starts to speak to Raheem, and Raheem starts to unpack this story. And he was like, "Yo, I didn't know." Raheem says he brings in Khalil, and he introduces Khalil to Sean, and he says, "Yo, this is my homie, whatever." And then Raheem, he says, this guy, as he's explaining the conversation, like, "Hey, this guy is been back channeling me and been messaging me for like 3 weeks, and he's been messaging me. He's been trying to, he's been getting a hold of me. We've been having a conversation. So when I brought him into the group, I brought him up on stage so he could be able to speak, and bringing him up on stage so he'll be able to speak." But he's like, then all of a sudden y'all start arguing. So then Sean starts to explain that he knows this person in real life. Like, they live in the same area, and he knows this person in real life. And he back in like 2010, he actually heard that he was actually an informant, and he was that he told on somebody a case or something like that he was possibly an informant and things like that. So he vowed never to like really deal with him. He never really said anything about him being an informant. He never even said anything about knowing his situation. He just stayed away from him. So Raheem was like, "Yo, like, I didn't know that y'all know each other." So Sean was like, I know him, but because it's all on social media about him being an informant, a rat, or whatever, a snitch or whatever. He's like, because I know, and because it's all over social media that he does, I don't want to have anything to do with him, because I want to protect my reputation, and I don't want to get into this bad situation. So I don't want to deal with him. I don't want to have nothing to do with him. And so Raheem was saying that he was trying to contact him all this time, and he was trying to get up there. And then when he got into the room, this guy Khalil was like really trying to tell him, "I'll expose you. I'm gonna expose you. I'm gonna do some things." That he making threats towards him. And Sean was like, "Why do you want to threaten me? Why do you want to slap me? Why do you want to get rid of me? Because I don't want to deal with you, because I don't want to have anything to do with you. What you getting all emotional for? What you getting all crazy for? So as they start to talk about this, as they start to dig into this, it was like they started to realize that this Khalil guy actually befriended Raheem. And as he was, befriending Raheem to get closer to Sean. And it was crazy, because you start to see it unfold where this guy possibly had some hidden motive, and he used someone that was innocent. To get closer to somebody, and he had and possibly Khalil had bad intentions, and it started to unravel, and nobody could really put their hands on why it was that way. But they did notice that, that he used somebody that was innocent to get to another person that was a threat, and or that was potentially a threat. And so it went on, and they actually, he kicked him out of the room, and this guy was going off in the comments, flipping out in the comments, because he really wanted to talk. He really wanted to get closer to this guy, and he really used somebody that was, innocent to get closer to him. So it was crazy because Sean really had a set of morals, a set like rules, that if he knows somebody for who they are, or if somebody gives him a reason that is not right and that goes against his code, he will absolutely cut you off. He don't want to have nothing to do with you. So I wanted to ask you guys, do you think that it was okay that Sean actually cut him off, knowing that he's been accused of being a snitch or a rat or an informant in the social media sphere? Let me know what you think about that. Let me know if you believe that something dangerous was going to happen, or something nefarious was taking place, something bad was going to happen, or that he was trying to possibly set him up for something, or to try to destroy his reputation in social media. So I want to know. But I want to tell you what reminds me of this situation is exactly what happened to Jesus. It's in John chapter 6, verses 70 to 71, and it reads, "Then Jesus said, I chose the 12 disciples, but one is the devil." He was speaking of Judas, son of Simon Iscariot, one of the 12 who would later betray him. This guy was able to, in my opinion, recognize something wasn't right, distance himself from this guy, and when this guy was unable to get closer to him, he showed his hand. But I want to hear what you have to say. Thank you for listening to this story, and you'll be getting some more story times as it goes on, since this one went good. So this is kind of like my second story time. So thank you for listening. Let me know what you think in the comments. God bless you, and God bless your family.